Congratulations on your win today at the Miami Open 2017 against Rafa. You, my friend, are looking great. And I have to say, as a fan, obviously I haven't been able to make many videos, unfortunately, over the last year and a half, maybe. I just haven't had the time to really sit down and watch tennis, all of the matches, to really get all of that kind of grist for the mill that you need in order to comment on a video properly, I think. So here I am making a video like a year later after the last one. But again, congratulations, you are looking great as a fan, and I think your other fans as well. We are super proud of you, Roger. I mean, it is really, really clear, I think now more than ever, that you have worked, the work that you have done on a daily basis is really, really showing up in your tennis game now, not only in your backhand, but also psychologically. But let's go to your backhand right now as well. You get a player like Rafa, who's kind of like serving to your backhand again and stuff like that, and you were able to really handle that. So it really shows that you have worked. You've held this long sustained sort of let's just say work, this long sustained work. I'm so sorry, I'm so tired right now. And here it is where I am, is 11:42. So this long sustained focus and this day in, day out sort of crafting, recrafting, restructuring, tweaking and improving your backhand, which is clear that you've been doing this at the least, to me, in my mind, since 2012. And now for me, your backhand is probably really where it needs to be, and you can continue. Anything that you will continue to do with your backhand will only be just extra pluses right now. Rafa hit off this shot to you, and you converted it into this really quick backhand return straight down the line. And I'm not sure it was even a quote unquote a technical return, but it was a return, but not a return of serve. Sorry. So you returned it down the line, and you can see that shot. You don't have to be a tennis player or even anything, I think, significant in the tennis world to understand how masterful it was to really pull off that shot straight down the line, the backhand. And you weren't necessarily, according to my memory, even positioned 100% to do it in a 100% comfortable manner. So to even allow that ball to get it to hit almost any spot on your racket and be able to sort of maneuver it carefully so that it goes down the line. Roger, kudos to you. Super proud of you. You are super inspirational. And just to see as well, thank you so much for being a wonderful example of just really persevering with your backhand, with your game, just day in, day out, continuing on in tennis. And it's really showing up now for me. I haven't been able to, honestly, as you probably can tell, unfortunately, I haven't been able to have the time to watch the matches that much. Also takes a lot, of course, to watch tennis, because it's like 3 hours here, 3 hours every other day, or whatever, just to be able to make proper commentaries. You gotta watch your match, you gotta watch your opponent's match, and then you have a lot to talk about, and look at the stats. I mean, really need to be getting paid to do this stuff. But anyway, yeah, unless you just don't have the liberty to spend all day, is what I'm trying to say, unless you are getting paid for this. So anyway, it's clear to me that you have worked on your backhand. It is clear to me that you have been, over the long haul, developing an armor that actually has manifested or solidified itself from the top of this year, at least in my opinion, into this comfort in your skin that you are able to play through points, play through tense points in a match, and be able to just persevere until the end, or just keep going until the end while still focusing on the point, not letting it get too much in your head, just keep moving forward, which is really, really great. It's wonderful to see, actually. It's a pleasure to see the progression as well in someone, because you've actually changed, that you are actually a different person than you were maybe even 6 months ago. But you are definitely a different tennis player than you were even in 2012 when you pulled off such a great win at Wimbledon, out of the whole stadium against you and playing Murray, who actually hits quite hard. So it's very interesting as well. And I also wonder, a sidebar, if actually, just to be a little more analytical, I also feel that just based on some of the stuff you said, and in my own just analytical mind that's kicking in right now, is just probably some of this stuff too, some of the anxiety and the edge off the anxiety on the court is probably taken away by your family, just having to be able to go and be with your children, as you've mentioned, and other sportsmen have mentioned as well. It's like, okay, so the tennis match is either won or lost, but then you go home to your children, and then it's just something, a whole different world. So I wonder if that sort of put in a certain level of perspective into it, that's taken the edge, a certain level of anxiety, which has therefore created more clear space in your head in order to be able to perform better and to be able to be comfortable performing. Because you, to me, are definitely comfortable. It seems a lot more comfortable in your skin. It's great to see, that progression. It's a beautiful thing to see that in a person. So kudos to you. You've really, really arrived, I think, as far as just really putting in the mileage now. You've got the data, not only just as far as the talent is concerned, but you've got the psychological mileage that you're going to be ready for the rest of this season, along with, keeping yourself up with training and different things like that, obviously, and continuing to take good care of your body and nutrition. You will be doing very well. Having said that, actually, that leads me to another point. I feel like the guys, Kyrgios and Rafa, and forgive me for a second here because this is actually like the 4th video that I've made. So I kind of can't even remember if I said this, so I'm going to say it again. I don't know if I said it in this video. But a fantastic thing is that you are handling players as a one-handed player against two-handed players, mostly two-handed players. You are handling people who are basically on average 5 years to 13 years younger than you. So hopefully that's also adding to your psychological mileage and confidence, which I imagine it is. The thing that I think you have to do now as well is just to keep up the intensity, obviously. I see that you're not going to do anything much for clay court season, but then again, you don't ever really do Monte Carlo, which will be next, I believe. But you're not going to do Rome either. Barcelona, Madrid. Is that what I can't? Oh God, it's so rusty right now. So it's Madrid, Rome. Yeah, I think it's just. Wait, there's another one. Anyway, whatever. So you're not going to do those. You're going to go straight to Roland Garros, which is at the end of May. So you're going to take 6 weeks off, 5 weeks off, something like that. I would suggest as well, even though I believe that you are doing fantastic, but I believe that you've given such great tennis to these guys at the top of the year, and that they are going to continue to improve, because to me, in my mind, that's the way a season goes. You usually kind of start off a little rusty, and then right around the middle or the important parts, you kind of peak. So I'm just saying, look forward to these guys actually, tweaking their games and obviously getting a little better for the season. So I would continue to work hard on your backhand, obviously, on your return to your net game. And I think probably, I'm wildly speculating right now because I didn't even see the match with you and Kyrgios, but because he's a much taller player, he's got some pretty good strength on him, that you would also work really well with your net game. Your at net game, which really is pretty tight. I mean, honestly, you're working really hard. But be ready for these guys, nothing to be concerned about. Like, just, stay in your own lane, as it seems you have been. Like, just putting your head down, going to work, doing it, working on working on closing doors that were open, opportunities and footholds. You've kind of shaved those off. You've closed those doors. You've locked them with the backhand and with maybe perhaps other things as much as possible. So to keep improving on that, I think is a great deal. But just kind of, I feel, be prepared that these guys are going to just, like, if you really you need that second gear. And I'm not talking about fitness, because you're always on top of your fitness, but just that second gear to just bring it over the line that you want with the Wimbledon. I know you want Wimbledon. It'd be great for you to get Roland Garros too. But I know you really want Wimbledon. At least I really wanted Wimbledon for you. Oh man. And and then eventually US Open, which is a little far off to be